Y'all.
All right, introduce yourselves.
I'm Jakora, that's Pie, and that's Wesley. Okay?
Devontae.
Pie and Wesley. Alright. We had Super Ego. This is like the big company of all of them. They combine the ID and the ego because. Shh, I'm talking.
Now you know how I feel.
But anyway, Super Ego incorporates values and morals of society learned from parents and others. So you still have the basic instinct of ID. The ego is the reasoning, but with Super Ego, you'll have your conscience and how you see yourself in the future. Like, what do you want to be when you grow up? Your conscience can either punish you by being guilty, and it can either make you feel prideful if you do something good. So in Jekyll and Hyde, we found a few examples of super ego, and we're going to share them with you right now. So, Pie.
Okay. The first one is on page 43, and the person that's talking is Dr. Jekyll. I have brought on myself a punishment and a danger that I cannot name. If I am the chief of sinners, I am the chief of sufferers also. I cannot think that this earth contained a place for sufferings and terrors so unmeaning. And you can do but one thing, utter sin to lighten this destiny, and this is to respect my silence.
Okay.
So here is like when your conscience, when you know that something is bad or that you're guilty and you have this cover up or this shield, it brings out, the guilt and you want to hide and stuff. Okay. And I had a second example, and it was when Poole was talking. You know the doctor's way, sir, with Poole, and how he shuts himself up. Well, he shut up again in the cabinet, and I don't like it. Sir, I wish I may die if I like it. Mr. Utterson, sir, I am afraid.
Yeah. Wesley. And elaborating on the hiding thing with when he recognized that Mr. Utterson was hiding, that represents to me his conscience was taken over because he might have felt bad about what Hyde did. And once again, the use of Hyde, the name, yeah.
Is that a pun?
Could be a pun or a symbol.
Pun. I like puns.
Symbol.
We know. Hey, can I tell you a pun really quick before you keep going because I talked to kids? What do you call writing with a broken pencil?
Pointless.
Pointless. Okay, go.
Go.
Give us time to guess.
Really?
I knew that.
You knew it, you cheat. All right, hurry, because we got to do our theme statement. Go.
Alright. It's on page 11.
Who just mocked his voice? That's mean, Cora.
I like it.
It defended him both as a lawyer and as a lover of the same and customary sides of life, to whom the fanciful was the immodest, and hereto it was his ignorance of Mr. Hyde that had swelled his indignation. Now, by a sudden turn, it was his knowledge. It's basically saying, like, how Mr. Utterson, he's basically the epitome of superego, and he shows that it offends him in that way because it's against what society believes in, and you shouldn't do that, basically.
We're good.
Yes.
I have a question.
What's up?
And I think this is deep. Okay, so we all know that your id can destroy you, but can't your super ego too?
Yes.
Constantly
Only person
Yes,
that
that
can destroy
sucks.
you is your ego.
I mean, you'll strive so much to please others, you'll destroy yourself.
It can't, ego can if it gives way. Because the ego gives permission. Okay, let's save this for our theme statement discussion. Go ahead and finish y'all stuff.
On page 35,
Yes, I did say theme statement.
on page 35 it says, "No," said the other, "I cannot say that I care what becomes of Hyde. I am quite done with him. I was thinking of my own character, which this hateful business has rather exposed." Basically, it's saying Mr. Jekyll has showed Mr. Hyde, and he's trying to protect his name in society, showing his superego side,
Excellent.
because he's trying to protect his name.
Excellent.
Okay. Now mine. On page 99. we have, I slept after the prostration, I guess if I said, of the day, with a stringent and profound slumber, which not even the nightmares that wrung me could avail to break. I awoke in the morning shaking, weakened, but refreshed. I still hated and feared the thought of the brute that slept within me, and I had not, of course, forgotten the appalling dangers of the day before. Once again, that's Jekyll was feeling guilty about what Hyde did, because he knew it was wrong, but he still liked it anyway. So, then on page 100, under the strain of this continually impending doom, and by the sleeplessness to which I now condemned myself, even beyond what I had thought possible to man, I became in my own person a creature eaten up and emptied by fever, languidly weak both in body, mind, and solely occupied by one thought. Once again, he's saying he was eaten up by a creature and emptied by fever, and that is just a vivid way of describing your guilt eating you up on the inside. That's what it seemed like to me. And then lastly, on 73, let me turn. Okay. This one's kind of long, but I liked it. This person who had thus from the first moment of his interest struck me what I can only describe as a disgustful curiosity, was dressed in a fashion that would have made an ordinary person laughable. His clothes, that is to say, although they were of rich and sober fabric, were enormously too large for him in every measurement. The trousers hanging on his legs and rolled up to keep them from the ground, the waist of the coat below his haunches, and the collar sprawling wide upon his shoulders. Strange to relate, this ludicrous accoutrement was far from moving me to laughter, rather as there was something abnormal and misbegotten in the very essence of the creature that now faced me, something seizing, surprising, and revolting. This fresh disparity seemed but to fit in with and to reinforce it, so that to my interest in the man's nature and character, there was added a curiosity as to his origin, his life, his fortune, and status in the world. This part was where Utterson was describing Hyde, and that to me, when he was talking about his clothes and stuff, it's like, haha, you look so blah. I'm like, yeah, like on the slide. He's janking on the slide, because he was just looking at him, and how so many people nowadays, we just look at a person and we're like, oh, you so if you don't have like Gucci and Louboutins or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So that to me was showing the society, the way society makes you view people, and how you suddenly just judge them, and that's what Utterson was doing, and that's how he further represented the superego, because his thinking and the way he viewed people was molded